Namaste. In this video, we will discuss in brief about 6 principles of Shadyantra. So let's first understand the importance of 6 principles of Shadyantra in youth. So you will see there are 2 most important principles. One is Virod or opposing, and second is killing or ending of the opponent. So there are 2 main principles. And point to note that the second principle called Nigraha or killing is responsible for managing other 4 principles. So killing or ending means you are striking the opponent except the Narad, or else you are breaking the border. Please remember that striking starts the war, and you can see that point number 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. 4 rest other principles are dependent on Nigraha or killing. Primarily there are only 2 principles like Virod or opposing and Nigraha or killing. And the very last principle is called Moksh or peace. Herein opponent king offering the peace or surrendering. Opponent or minister or general are also recalling the army. Already discussed that striking invokes other 4 dependent principles. Any one of the trinity when offers the peace or army is considered as peace. Complete peace can be offered only by the king. Now in this part we will discuss how both sides accumulates these 6 qualities or principles. War can end with full surrender or full peace or full agreement. In any of these circumstances, whichever party earns maximum of 6 principles would be considered as a winner. If one party offers full peace and opponent offers full surrender, then opponent will be considered as a loser. In this scenario, even if the loser has accumulated more principles, these principles have no impact because the loser has accepted the defeat. And lastly, whichever party earns any of these 6 principles, then that principle goes to that party only. And that principle is no longer available for other party to earn. We will see an example as well. In this matrix, you will see that the dark side or Krishna side has accumulated Nigraha, stopping, warding off, and peace, 4 principles, and white army as 2 principles, 1 and 2.1. So in this example, if both the parties agrees to draw or agrees to have peace, then the maximum of the principal holder party would be considered as a winner. Now let's briefly discuss all 6 principles and each one separately. The first principle is Virod or opposing, where opponent's army or trinity has to be opposed. Army or Raj-Rishi means noble Narad or noble godman can also oppose the opponent army. Opponent can be pushed even if the opponent can be easily striked. This means even if you are able to strike the opponent, you can still oppose or push the opponent. Opposing or repulsion is a very common scenario in war. We will now discuss in brief about the second principle, that is called Nigraha or killing. Striking the opponent and destroying the opponent's resources is called Nigraha. Striking starts the war. Rest 4 dependent principles or strategies will have no effect if war has not been started. So that is why we have marked it as 2.1, 2.2, 2.3 and 2.4. If any one of the trinity is inside palace, then army cannot strike the opponent. If any one of the trinity is dead, then also army cannot strike the opponent. Let's discuss the third principle, which we have marked as 2.1 because it is a dependent principle on Nigra. So this principle is called Vashikaran or attraction. In special scenarios, Raj-Rishi, noble godman, can promote or demote the opponent. By this act, the party who owns the Raj-Rishi earns the principle of attraction. In normal circumstances, the promotion or demotion by own trinity will not earn the principle of attraction. As we know that trinity or spies can promote any part of the army, and in special scenarios, Raj-Rishi can also promote own party or opponent army. In promotion, army can be promoted to next rank only. And if the rank is not available, then no promotion is possible. Similarly, in demotion, army unit can be demoted to previous rank only. If the rank is not available, then no demotion is possible. Promotion and demotions have been described in another video, so I will request to watch the promotion and demotion videos to understand the principle of attraction. Now the fourth principle, which we have marked as 2.2, we will discuss about Stambhan or stopping and controlling the opponent army. In special scenario, Raj-Rishi can control and secure the opponent's army in 8 direction. In this condition, Raj-Rishi earns the principles to stop the army. It's also called Stambhan. Remember, Raj-Rishi can also control its own army, but never earns the principle. Raj-Rishi can control and secure the ranks from Padati or pawn to the last rank, that is called Army General or Senapati. Also, if Raj-Rishi can be neutralized by any side's spy or minister or king, then they become Narath. In this situation, Narath cannot control any army unit. We have also created another video, another presentation for Raj-Rishi. The fifth important principle is called Uchchatan or warding off or inflicting threat to the opponent army. This is very rare principle and very difficult principle. So we have marked it as 2.3, even though it is the fifth principle. When any player pushes the opponent in palace in such a manner that opponent becomes defenseless and can be striked, this is called Uchchatan. Remember that the pusher should not get defenseless or striked in next move. In this condition, trapped opponent can be striked or killed at any time. Let's see an example. So we'll see that pawn is unable to kill the black knight. So pawn is smartly pushing the black knight inside the palace, and after that this black knight gets trapped inside the palace and becomes defenseless. So this way white pawn earns the Uchchatan. As I already said that this is very difficult condition to achieve. The last or the sixth principle is called Moksh or Shanti or Samarpan. In English we call it as retreat, agreement or surrender. For our understanding, we have classified it as 2.4, even though this is the sixth and most important principle in Shadyantra. Herein, Moksh or peace or surrender or recall means opponent king is offering the peace or surrendering. Similarly, opponent minister or general, when recalling the army, also invokes this principle. We already know that striking invokes other four dependent principles which we have marked from 2.1 to 2.4. In Moksh, any one of the trinity when offers the peace or when army retreat is considered, complete peace can only be offered by the king. Now we know that if the opponent king is surrendering or offering peace or recalling army, then also it gives away the Moksh to non-surrendering or non-peaceful party. If the opponent army general or minister is recalling, retreating, then also the partial peace is earned. Hence, it will give away the principle to the party which is forcing the partial peace. Here, the principle of moksha is granted to the party which is not retreating. In this special situation, Narad can also force the opponent party to retreat or recall the army. In this situation also, the principle to attain moksha can be earned. Remember, moksha, peace, surrender or recall can be offered only when war gets started. Moksha, peace or surrender, recall has been explained in separate presentation. Especially we have covered in king, senapati and ministers presentation. Moreover, we have also covered in presentation dedicated for Narad. This way we come to an end to the sixth principle of Shadyantra. For more details, I would recommend you to do research on Akash Bhairav Kalpam and Kautilya Shadgun Siddhant or Kautilya Arthashastra book. Thank you for watching 6 Principles of Shadyantra. Namaste.